How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be listing off my personal top 10 best enthusiast cars under 50 grand. Now I know last month I actually did a similar video to this, except I limited myself to 5 cars and I limited myself to a budget of $30,000. But today we're going to be upping that budget. A couple of the cars on this list are actually going to be carryover cars from that video that I did. Also, if you're watching today's video in any other country out there in the world, I'm basically using US dollars. I'm here in America, so that's why I'm going to just use that as the standard for today's video. But without wasting any more time today, starting off at the bottom of the list at number 10, we have the 2023 Golf R. This comes in with an MSRP of $45,835. This Golf R is an awesome little hatchback, kind of hot hatch design, and it's really a great car, like little car. I'm not too much of a Volkswagen fan myself, and I actually was kind of contemplating whether or not to put the Veloster N or the Golf R in this last place category, but I decided to go with the Golf R. My main problem with it really is that it is one of the higher MSRPs that we're going to be going off of today. And mind you, I know I didn't say this at the beginning of the video, but we're only looking at 2023 model years and we're only going by MSRPs. There's been multiple vehicles on this list where I've already talked about in recent videos that have been completely annihilated when it comes to dealership markup fees. So unfortunately, some of these cars, actually most of these cars on this list, you're gonna have a tough time finding under 50 grand, especially here in the States. But anyways, moving on to number 9, we have the car, or I should say cars, that came in at the second spot on my list for, car enthusiast cars under 30 grand, and that is the Toyota GR86 / Subaru BRZ. Now the reason why I'm grouping them together is because despite like a couple minor differences when it comes to suspension components, they're essentially the same exact car. But they are great little enthusiast cars. They are a blast to drive. I recently did a review on a new 2022 GR86 back in August, and I have to say I really love the new generation styling that Toyota and Subaru brought to these cars. But besides that, they've essentially haven't changed too much from the previous generation, and they still offer a great experience. Now, speaking about cars that offer a great experience, moving up to the number 8 spot on this list, another car sub 30 grand, we have the 2023 Mazda MX-5 Miata. What else can I say? It's a Miata. It always puts me in a good mood. I absolutely love Miatas. I know some people kind of throw some hate at them, but I love the styling of the ND Miata, how they kind of like look like the angry cat meme. But they honestly have evolved into a pretty cool car, especially when you compare them to like the NA Miatas of like the first generation or whatever. They've really kind of gotten a lot more luxurious and have a lot more creature comfort, and in my personal opinion, I feel like they've gotten nothing but better. Now, number 7, I decided to go with the 2023 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack, specifically the Scat Pack and not the RT, and specifically the Challenger and not the Charger, simply because I like the Challenger body a lot better than the Charger, although you could swap either or, in or out, whether you like the Charger or the Challenger best. But I decided to not put the RT on this list just because I've driven a few RTs on the channel, and the ones that are not really modified or anything are honestly pretty slow. Like with the weight of the modern Dodges, they still weigh a ton. We've all seen the boat memes everywhere on Instagram or whatever. But with the Scat Pack, you're getting just enough horsepower and just enough kind of balls with that 392 engine that it could be a lot of fun. Now, I've driven a Hellcat as well, and that is just ridiculous. But again, we're sticking to a $50,000 budget here, and I'd have to say that for $48,440 as a starting MSRP, the Scat Pack is definitely not a bad option. However, I do have to say that this is actually the highest MSRP of any cars we're going to be talking about today. Now, coming in at number 6 and kind of rounding off the bottom 5 on this list, we have another domestic. We got the Chevy Camaro SS. Now, the starting prices, the starting MSRPs of the 2023 Chevy Camaro models have been leaked recently. And for the absolute bare balls minimum, you have the 2LT turbo 2-liter inline 4 Camaro RS that starts at like $29,600. But for the very bottom of the SS trims, for the very bottom of the V8 trims, you have the LT1 SS. That starts at a little over $37,000. And I have to say, I really do like the modern Camaros, and as a Mustang owner, I really don't hate them. The only thing that I just cannot stand about every Camaro from 2010 to present day is just the visibility. The visibility is absolutely atrocious. It's something that I feel like you shouldn't even have to worry about with a car, especially a modern vehicle. But if you've never like sat in a 5th or 6th generation Camaro interior, just trust me on this one. And if you don't believe me, just go ahead and sit in a new modern Camaro interior and you'll know immediately what I'm talking about. Now, before getting into my top 5 car enthusiast cars that you can get for under 50 grand in 2023, I have to say that if you made it this far in today's video, definitely consider leaving a like, commenting, and subscribing down below. If you've already been subscribed, definitely be sure to click that bell icon down there below. That actually turns on post notifications and gets you guys notified every time that I do post a new video. As a smaller car channel here on YouTube that posts new content daily, all that stuff really does help me out a ton, and it's absolutely free. So I know it's kind of annoying for me to sit here and say to you guys and ask you guys, but it really does help me out a lot. But anyways, without wasting any more time, getting into number 5, we have the newly released 2023 or 11th generation Honda Civic Type R. Now this car, I recently just spoke about it, and this is one of those models that is being absolutely butchered by dealership markups. However, if we're just going by MSRP, it's gonna have an MSRP right around 44 grand. And for this new generation of the Type R that recently just set the front wheel drive production car lap record at the Suzuka circuit in Japan, I have to say that if you can find one out there for under 50 grand, it's an absolute steal. Well, I don't want to say steal, but it's definitely worth it. However, a lot of dealerships have already started marking up these cars to $60, $70, even in some cases up to $80,000, which I think is pretty insane, but that is what the free market is going to do, and it's not necessarily entirely dealership faults, but it is, again, what people are willing to pay for these cars. And if dealerships aren't going to do it, then car flippers are going to get their hands on them and immediately make profits. So again, that has to do with the whole business aspect of this, but considering MSRP at 44 grand, this absolutely had to make it onto today's list. Now at number 4, I know this may be controversial because I just talked about the Type R, but I got the Toyota GR Corolla. Yes, I know, I just talked about how the Type R just set the front wheel drive production car hot lap record at the Suzuka circuit, but I have to say, I am in love with this new Toyota GR Corolla. The absolute bottom base, like, I think it's the Core Edition GR Corollas, start at $37,000 and they go up from there all the way up to 50 grand for like the limited version or the like launch edition GR Corollas. Again though, this is another one of those cars that is being literally like doubled in price when it comes to dealership markup fees. So if you can find a GR Corolla under 50 grand out there, it's definitely going to be worth it. I actually was lucky enough to see one in person at the New York Auto Show earlier this year in April, and I really love the design. I love the tri-tip exhaust that it has, and it's just a really badass car with a lot of pretty neat technology. Now, number 3, I got the 2023 Toyota Supra, specifically the new 2023 model year. And that is for one reason, and mainly one reason alone, and it's pretty much the only thing that Toyota has changed about these Mark V Supras, and that is they're actually adding a manual transmission, which I am so excited for. I remember I did a review back in 2020 actually of a 2021 Mark V Toyota Supra, And I really loved the car. Again, it was still an automatic, but I think it was an awesome car. I thought it got a lot of unnecessary hate because it was essentially a reskinned BMW Z4, but even the BMW Z4s are awesome cars as well. Now on top of that, when you go ahead and you add on a manual transmission option, I just think that this car is going to be a blast with an actual stick, and I think that the main reason why Toyota did this is because Nissan just came out obviously with the new generation of the Z, and they actually listened to their customers. They made it completely in-house, and they also immediately came out with a manual transmission. So Toyota is kind of playing a little bit of catch up here with this new generation of the Supra, but needless to say, it's going to produce an awesome car. Now coming in at number 2, just like the Civic Type R, this car was revealed to us not too long ago. Actually, specifically, as a matter of fact, on September 14th, 2022 at the Detroit Auto Show. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about the S650 or 7th gen Mustang GT. Now yes, I do know that there's no official MSRP numbers out for this car yet. However, a lot of people are estimating the dark horse to be right around 50 grand, and when you kind of take into account the starting price of the previous year Mustangs with the EcoBoosts and the Mustang GTs and how they're priced, I can almost guarantee you that once we get these new S650 Mustang GT starting price numbers out there, that they're definitely going to be less than 50 grand. They're probably going to be around the mid to high $30,000 range, but probably still under 40 grand. So that is awesome. Again, after dealership markup fees, who the hell knows where they're going to be, but I really love what Ford has done with this new generation of the Mustang. They kept with a naturally aspirated internal combustion engine V8, and they brought us the 4th generation of the Coyote engine, making right around an estimated 480 horsepower, having an absolutely beautiful exhaust note, I might add, and also keeping with a regular inline turbo 4-cylinder engine for the EcoBoost models. And Ford didn't really change a lot. I thought they were going to move to like a hybrid drivetrain, but they didn't really change a lot. And honestly, for us Mustang purists out there, this is what we wanted. So I know that I'm definitely really excited to see this new generation of the Mustang out on the roads. But again, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this new S650 Mustang. Now at number 1, I am definitely showing my bias here, but I have to go with the new 2023 Nissan Z with a starting price right under $40,000, right at $39,990. This is an awesome choice out there for anyone searching for a new fresh sports car for the 2023 model year under 50 grand. Again, they're definitely going to be over that when you consider all the other fees and everything. I feel like I'm a broken record at this point, but with its 400 horsepower producing twin turbo V6 engine found, I think, in the Infiniti Q60s, it's going to be an awesome car. There's already reports out there of it being a little bit nose heavy when braking and in corners like on tracks or whatever, but honestly, just daily driving it around, it's probably going to be it's going to make for an awesome car. Again, having a 6-speed manual transmission right from Nissan, and also the exterior design is just absolutely breathtaking. I think it's a perfect modern retro mix of the old 240Z silhouette with modern twist and, you know, the modern headlights, modern taillights. It's just an all-around awesome car. And me personally, if I were to buy any new car now, like if I had to buy a new car right off a dealership right now, I would go with the new Nissan Z. Again, it's just my own bias, but I really do like this new generation of the Z. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much just gonna wrap up today's video. Again, let me know where I went wrong, you know, what you guys would have had on this list instead. But while you're down there in the comments voicing your opinions, definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and click that bell icon down there to get notified when I post new videos. But thank you so much for sticking to the end of today's video. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed today's video, click on either of these links right here to watch a similar video from this channel, or click on the little circle link right there to actually subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. I do appreciate all the support, but thank you for sticking to the end of this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day.